Jill Biden is despicable.
She is.
Yes.
She's disgusting.
Shame on her.
Yep.
Shame. Elder abused this woman. She's
all of those pundits were singing from the same sheet of music, which told me they coordinated this beforehand. There's no way that you got on a news channel 5 minutes after this thing was over and you all sounded the same.
Phone throughout much of the debate with Obama world people, with Democrats, with people who are political operatives, with campaign operatives. My phone really never stopped buzzing throughout. And the universal reaction was somewhere approaching panic. President Biden had one job tonight. He needed to settle Democrats. Democrats, you know, they always talk about Democrats are bedwetters and Democrats are always panicking. Yes, Democrats are always panicking. They're always scared, right? They're always thinking they're going to lose. Like Democrats are very pessimistic. This is just neurotic. Who they are. They're neurotic. But Joe Biden's job was to reassure them tonight. His job was to calm his party, to make them feel that, yes, I can do this. I have 4 more years in me. I have the ability and the strength to do 4 more years. He did not do that.
But the bigger point is that they knew exactly what they were doing. This was not a surprise to them. They are feigning as if it was a surprise. They knew exactly what they were doing, which leads me to the question, why and why now?
Yeah, we're in danger, guys. Not only was it, I mean, it was a poor response. It was a poor this debate on Biden's behalf. But I mean, it was not just a poor performance by him. The cognitive decline, as I mentioned earlier, was on clear display. He is not prepared to be a school teacher, let alone the president of the United States. Tyrone, I mean, were you in shock as much as I was? And what do you think of their so-called meltdown of the liberal media?
Well, I thought that he would have a poor showing, but I didn't. He started off bad. I mean, the first question, he started off bad. Now, what I found interesting was, if you notice the pundits, all of them were pretty much saying the same thing, even down to, the narrative is now Donald Trump lies. It's funny. I've got a friend that's watching right now. He and I were having a discussion before the show, and he put that out there. He said, well, Trump lied. And I'm like, about what? Because, you know, that's the marching orders now. Trump lied. So I said, about what? And he couldn't tell me. And then he finally came back after I know he was, who you are, and you were doing some Google searches. But he came back with, well, the stock market. And I'm like, well, the stock market did fine under Trump. We had 28.88% return on the S&P in what? I think that was 2018. 28. So then he was like, well, Trump shut down the economy. I said, no, he didn't. That was a state by state move. The governors did that. So again, lied about what, right? But that's the narrative. And all of those pundits were singing from the same sheet of music, which told me they coordinated this beforehand. There's no way that you got on a news channel 5 minutes after this thing was over and you all sounded the same. So they knew this was going to happen, and it is orchestrated to usher him out.
We know, we've said this multiple times on the show. This is all part of the communist agenda. The Democrats have gone full commie at this point. We know in 1963, the communists was added to the congressional record. Congressman Albert S. Hurlong Jr., he was from Florida, read a list of 45 communist goals for America. One of those goals is to take over the media.
Exactly.
This is one of their strategies, to infiltrate. I think it's number 20, to infiltrate the press, get control of book review assignments, editorial writing, policy making positions, gain control of key positions in radio, TV, and motion pictures. Guys, this is what this is. We no longer have an independent press. They have become enemies of the state. This is the communist Marxist goal. And this is what we're seeing play out within the last couple of years, right before our eyes.
Absolutely. That's what they want. This is their plan, and they will stop at nothing. That's why I said, don't, this was a moment in time, the debate. Yes, it was awful, but don't let that be the only thing that you're thinking about, because these jokers are still hell-bent on maintaining and gaining more power than they already have over American lives. They don't want a U.S. Constitution. They want the Communist Manifesto. They want Saul Alinsky's rules for radicals to be enacted. This is what they want. They want to run our lives.
Absolutely.
Another reason why the left in this march toward communism, which is exactly what it is, they try to dress it up and call it democratic socialism. No, it is communism, which is what they want. And that's one of the reasons why you see such an attack on the Second Amendment and the First Amendment in this country. It's because those things allow us to resist a tyrannical government. And we just saw a Supreme Court ruling that was really weird in giving it, basically violate. And look, I don't have to be a Supreme Court justice. I don't have to have set foot inside a law school to understand the First Amendment. It is 3 or 4 sentences long. All right. And it's written plainly. Government should not be interfering in any way with speech. And that means speech online too. But these communists want to squelch anything that is outside the message that they're trying to constantly push. And boy, do they have a lot of people that are willing to just absorb that message without question.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. These people knew the condition that Biden was in, and they continue to perpetuate a lie. Again, any of us who have taken care of elderly or people, elderly parents, elderly family members that have dementia or, getting older, things like that, we've seen this. I personally helped take care of my grandmother that was suffering from dementia. You know what it is. You know when it's time to say, hey, you can't drive anymore. It's time to put the keys away. You can't be on your own. You know what it is. Jill Biden is despicable.
She is. She's disgusting.
Shame on her.
Yep.
Shame. Elder abused this woman. She started out as his babysitter. And she still wants babysitting him, and she's doing it for the money and power.
That's it.
It's taking advantage of this man. Not only her, but people in his orbit, in his administration. There is no way that he should be president of the United States.
Right. Right.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Joe, you did such a great job.
She's talking to him like he's a baby.
Atala.
Yeah.
Mommy, so good job, Johnny. You peed in the potty. You pooped in the potty. Good job. You ate all your vegetables. Mommy's so proud of you. That's exactly what she was basically saying to him. And, again, he's standing there like a toddler would do, just kind of like smiling. Oh, mommy looks like,
Yeah. I recognize that interaction. I had it when I was 5.
Exactly.
And brought home a painting and said, "Mommy, can you put this on your refrigerator?"
Yes.
Oh, what a good job, Tyrone. Sure. Okay. That's just what happened. Okay.
Exactly.
80-some-year-old man. Okay.
Yeah. And he even got that facial expression where he's like, he's excited, but he doesn't really know what's going on.
Yes.
So like, like sort of apprehensive, but
like a toddler would do, like a toddler.
This guy, these people, this woman is the worst.
Evil.
And look, a lot of people feel conflicted because it is a pitiful situation that I wouldn't wish on anybody. I don't like Joe Biden,
exactly,
because he is a racist. Okay, he's proven that multiple times throughout his history. And if you're going to tell me that I need to still be concerned with something that happened 400 years ago, I damn sure can be concerned about something that happened 50 years ago.
Exactly.
So I still don't wish this on him, what is occurring, but I do think that it was necessary for the country to see this.
Yeah.
Because Karine Jean-Pierre and all of those minions in the White House, I can honestly tell you I would quit before I would exploit an elderly person. Okay.
But what we really need to think about is that we should really be concerned, because this man in this condition is technically the commander-in-chief, and he has access to the controls of the nuclear codes, and we are damn near on the verge of World War III.
That's a great point, because you know who else watched the debate? Xi, Putin, the people over in Iran. They all watched this. All right. And I know that they have to be in a position where they're entertaining, especially China with relation to Taiwan, accelerating any plans they have in regard to that. I've mentioned this on Poppin' Politics before. The whole blockade of the Suez Canal. Okay. Now look, the United States Navy as a military organization is the most powerful Navy in the history of the world. But our military is commanded by the civilians. You've got the Houthi rebels who are backed by Iran.
Yep.
The Houthis don't have a navy, yet they are prosecuting one of the most effective naval blockades in history. And we just had an aircraft carrier leave the region, turn tail and run under the command of Joe Biden. All right.
Right.
So this is the kind of thing that's going on, and we look weaker and weaker on the world stage as all of these world leaders watch, including our allies. You can't feel confident if you're Rishi Sunak in the UK or Macron in France. Right. You can't feel confident in the United States after watching that last night.
Nope. Nope.
This is a breach. This is a threat to national security.
It is.
He is a threat at this point, and everything that he does is questionable.